And joining us now to talk more about Cattlemen's College is Josh White, Executive Director of Producer Education for NCBA. Josh, tell folks, what's the overall goal of Cattlemen's College in the first place?
Well, primarily to educate cattlemen on production issues that'll help them go home and make a difference on their farm or ranch, make more money, improve the quality of life for their family, their workers, and the cattle.
And how do you go about selecting the speakers and presenters? You always have such a great lineup of presenters.
We have a large group that we pull together to form a working group, and that changes every year. So what we try to do is reach out to some academics and extension professionals. We try to get folks that are in the general area that we're going to be holding our convention that year, so that we have some topics that are a little more regional. We also bring in our state affiliate staff, the folks that work on Cattlemen's College at a local level in that community, so we're not covering the exact same thing that maybe Tennessee Cattlemen's, for instance, covered at their convention this past year to create some diversity there. So yeah, we pull from experts throughout the country and also producers that are cutting edge.
You know what some people may not realize is the diversity of topics you cover. There really is something for every segment of the industry, isn't there?
That's right. I mean, we try to incorporate information on what consumers are thinking out there. Sometimes we do cutting demonstrations or even go into cooking or barbecuing, all the way to risk management, feed yard management, some really practical stuff. We had a panel on how we're managing cattle in the feed yard today this past year that was outstanding, and from diverse feed yards. One was more of a natural type feed yard, one more that we would call conventional or traditional. So we want producers to be able to hear from other producers, to be able to hear from academic experts at the cutting edge, and also to be able to communicate with each other about what's being successful at their own farm and ranch.
And while there's nothing quite like being there and having an opportunity to interact with the speakers and the other workshop attendees, it is true that the last couple of years you've made this available online, right?
That's right. Yeah. So you can go to the Producer Education tab at beefusa.org and find additional information under the Cattlemen's College section. You can go back and purchase one specific session that you might have just really wanted to see, but you weren't able to get to San Diego, or even the year before in San Antonio. Those are still up. Or if you want to try to view the whole group, A to Z through the Cattlemen's College, you can buy that for a little increased fee. So it's, we know that nothing replaces the value of being there, but this is the next best thing.
Absolutely. So. And while this is a very high profile activity that you and your team organize every year, tell folks about some of the other producer education activities you all are responsible for.
Yeah, we've tried some new things in the last few years. One of the most successful has been our webinar series. We've covered a wide variety of topics, and we record those. Those are also available for free online. So again, at that Producer Education tab, you can find a webinar tab, and we usually every few months are doing another webinar, so you can go there and sign up for the next one, or you can review our past webinars and see if you want to go back and watch one.
NCBA really has a commitment to continued education, and why is producer education so important to this organization?
Well, obviously, just like we talked about, the purpose of Cattlemen's College is to increase your profitability at the ranch level. The other thing is that we have to continue to make strides because consumers expect that too. Amen. So, the sustainability message is not going away, and while some producers may get a little nervous about that term, essentially that's about being more efficient and more profitable. And all of those things tie together beautifully, and we've got to become educated to do a better job to make any of that happen.
Absolutely. And for folks that are already making plans to join us in Nashville next year, what do they need to know about Cattlemen's College?
Well, just go ahead and sign up when you register for convention. We'll do a kickoff Tuesday afternoon of convention week. That'll be very hands-on. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet, but we have something really unique planned already that I think everyone's going to enjoy, anybody that works with cattle. And then, of course, Wednesday morning is when we really hit the ground running. And I guess one other thing to mention is those recordings are available. If you register for Cattlemen's College, you have access to all the recordings for free, included in your registration. So
another good reason to get on and register early. Josh, thanks so much for coming. I appreciate that.
Thanks for having me, Kevin.
The next edition of Cattlemen's College will take place at next year's Cattle Industry Convention in Music City, that's Nashville, Tennessee. The 2017 convention runs from February 1st through the 3rd at the Opryland Hotel. You can also go to the website beefusa.org for all the details on this can't-miss event.